Life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. My name is Laura Mitchell, and I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio. I'm a mother of one, my son, Ethan, who is 21 now. It's been just the two of us for years since his father and I separated. I thought I had built a life that was stable enough, but deep down, there were many cracks hidden beneath the surface. For years, I had felt emotionally starved. Not in the way most people imagine, but in a much deeper, quieter sense. After my divorce, I poured every ounce of my energy into raising Ethan and making sure he never felt the absence of a father figure. I sacrificed my own needs, my dreams, my happiness, and especially companionship. I didn't date, I didn't open up to anyone, and I convinced myself that being strong meant being alone. But loneliness has a strange way of growing heavier over time. Ethan's best friend, Daniel, had been a regular presence in our home since their middle school days. Daniel was polite, kind, and respectful. His parents had moved out of state during his high school years, but he decided to stay in Ohio for college, which meant he often spent time with us, especially on weekends. He was almost like another son to me, but at the same time, I always noticed something different about him. Unlike many young men his age, Daniel carried himself with thoughtfulness. He always asked how my day had been, he always offered to help with the groceries, and he even remembered small details about me that most people overlooked. I never thought too much about it until the events of one particular summer changed everything. That summer, Ethan got an internship out of state, leaving me alone for 3 months. I didn't realize how quiet the house would feel until the day he left. For the first few weeks, I kept myself busy with work and household chores. But soon, the silence became unbearable. No laughter echoing in the living room, no one asking me what was for dinner, no small moments of connection. One evening, as I sat in the kitchen staring at an untouched meal, there was a knock at the door. It was Daniel. "Hey, Mrs. Mitchell," he said with his usual warm smile. "I heard Ethan's away. I thought you might want some company." That simple gesture filled me with gratitude. I invited him in, and soon we were sharing dinner. For the first time in years, I found myself laughing and talking without feeling the weight of loneliness pressing down. It was strange, refreshing, even. From that day on, Daniel started stopping by more often. Sometimes he brought over takeout, sometimes we cooked together, and other times we just sat on the porch and talked. He never made me feel like a burden or someone to be pitied. Instead, he treated me as if I was someone who mattered. One night, as we sat on the porch watching the stars, I confessed something I had never told anyone. "Daniel," I said softly, "I don't remember the last time I felt like someone really saw me. After my divorce, I stopped expecting much from life. But these past few weeks, I feel different." He looked at me with sincerity. "You deserve to be seen, Mrs. Mitchell. You've given so much to everyone else, you shouldn't have to live in silence." That moment touched me more than words can describe. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't inappropriate. It was simply human, two people sharing honesty and kindness. Over the weeks, Daniel became a source of light in my life. He repaired the old fence in my backyard without me asking, he helped me with errands, and most importantly, he gave me the gift of companionship. I started to feel alive again, not because of grand gestures, but because someone cared enough to notice me. When Ethan returned at the end of the summer, I realized how much Daniel had changed me. My son noticed too. "Mom, you seem happier," Ethan said one morning over breakfast. I smiled. I think I just stopped ignoring myself. Daniel didn't just fill the silence of the house, he filled the emptiness I had carried for years. He reminded me that I wasn't invisible, that life didn't end with a divorce, and that sometimes, healing comes from unexpected places. This isn't a story about scandal. It's not about betrayal or secrets. It's about rediscovering what it means to feel alive again. Daniel may have entered my life as my son's best friend, but what he gave me was far greater: the strength to remember my worth, the courage to open up again, and the realization that emotional starvation doesn't have to last forever. Years later, I still think about that summer. Ethan and Daniel are still close friends, and Daniel often visits. Whenever he stops by, I can't help but feel gratitude. Because of him, I no longer feel empty. I no longer feel forgotten. I feel whole again,